Well, welcome back to the Nisha Jackson Show. She's Nisha Jackson. I am Rusty Humphreys, and we're kind of doing a trilogy.
A trilogy.
A trilogy of health of me. I don't know why that's interesting to anybody else.
Well, you're important.
Well, no, I'm not important.
You are important. You're important to me, and it's important that you feel well and that you live a long time.
Well, I appreciate that.
And you're going to now that we fixed you today.
Okay, I guess one of the reasons why you'd want to watch this is if you have a guy or a gal that's a little off. I mean, you know, I'm heavier than normal. I'm losing my hair more. I don't know how much of that is age related and how much of that is personal, messing stuff up, and how much is it hormone imbalance. So we went, and the last episode, if you missed it, you saw my graphic surgery of me being cut open and shoved full of pellets.
Not shoved. It was a very comfortable. You just laid there. You just fell asleep. It was no big deal.
I'm teasing. I will say she's very good. You're very good. I've had a lot of, when I went to go get my blood drawn, how many times did the one person have to stick me before they were able to get the blood out?
How many?
One person had to do 3, and another woman came in and went and did it 1.
Wow.
So the first one was not what's the word? Not good. She was not very good.
Glad you got through that.
Yes, but you're very, you gave me shots and stuff. I barely felt it, so you're very good at it.
Okay, good.
Okay, so where are we now? I've got my supplements. I have my pellets. I have never done this before.
Ice packs.
Ice in my back pocket.
Yes.
How long do I need the ice in my back pocket?
Right. Okay, so what Rusty's going to go home with is he now has testosterone implanted into the fat of his, buttocks, upper buttocks
Was
area.
it that fat, really?
Well, they have to get into fat because that's where they like to settle in and implant in.
I was talking about me. Was I that fat?
No, you're not that fat. Men actually don't really have that much fat on their butt, not like women.
I have very muscular legs. I just want to say. I don't know if you've seen them.
Very muscular. I was kind of noticing that. Okay, anyway, he's going home with testosterone in pellet form that he's not going to have to worry about taking testosterone, putting it on, injecting it. He's not going to have to worry about that for 6 to 7 months, which is going to be great. His levels are going to be optimized within 72 hours. The levels go up actually right away.
I do. We did this. Now, I know for you watching, it's been a week. For me, it's been about 3 hours.
Right.
And I am feeling a little bit of energy.
Yes. It's very quick. We also gave him vitamin shots. We gave him B complex, higher dose B12. We gave him carnitine and taurine, which are very important amino acids, also good for your mood and good for brain function. And your levels were not good of vitamin D. He had a critically low level of vitamin D. It was only at 17, and it should be between 60 and 80. And vitamin D is essential for prevention of heart disease. It also helps prevent dementia. It helps prevent the flu, and we're coming into that season right now. So optimizing your vitamin D is going to be important. So I gave you a shot just to get it up now.
I got a hard time believing that one because I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and I would think with all the sun that I'd be getting all kinds of vitamin D.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. This is a really good point because people who have a tan on their body can come in and say, hey, I've been getting sun in the tanning bed, or I just went to Mexico, and they have really critically low levels of vitamin D. It's because they're not absorbing the vitamin D through their skin. Maybe there's some genetic reasons. We actually think it might be environmental. So environmental changes have caused the sun to not be able to penetrate through the skin and our body to be able to convert the sun into vitamin D. So we're seeing that kind of almost like universally a problem, but the darker skinned that you are, the more difficult it is for you to absorb the vitamin D. But some people just don't absorb it. I'm one of them. I've been on vitamin D for years. So you're going to go home with vitamin D capsules that he takes every day with food because vitamins are better absorbed with food. He's also going to be taking B complex drops. We're going to have him use that instead of the energy drink.
Rockstar energy drink. By the way, I need one of those right now. Can I have one?
No, you don't need that. You're not going to need Rockstar anymore.
What do I do then?
Okay, so this is what you're going to have instead. This is a water bottle here. It's not as good as my water bottle here because mine's BPA free.
Yours is fancy.
Mine is BPA free, so I'm going to live longer than you. But anyway, here is a water bottle.
I have no doubt. I have very little
I'm going to
doubt.
drink a little.
Okay.
I got to get it down a little. And then I'm going to put this packet in here.
No, what is that? Black tar heroin?
This is my newest supplement.
Oh.
Yep. It's called, company's called BRANDX, and the actual supplement's called Pick Up Stix.
Okay, showing that camera there too.
How cute is that?
Right there.
Pick Up Stix.
Yeah.
Right? So this goes in a water bottle, and you just put the lid on it, shake it up a few times. Antioxidants, B vitamins, quercetin, which opens up your brain. It's excellent for focus. It's a really, really good pre and post workout drink. It's excellent for energy without making you feel jittery. The reason why I designed this supplement is I wanted it to be sort of the natural rival to 5-Hour Energy. Can I say that? Yeah. I don't know. I just did. Yeah. It's the natural rival because I wanted people to be able to be up and have energy and focus and stamina and good brain function, but I didn't want them to feel all cracked out and jittery. I love this supplement.
Okay. Now, why do you like, I don't know if this is, I'm giving away trade secrets or anything. Why do you like it in this form as opposed to the little bottles of 5-Hour Energy come in?
Well, I've actually never taken 5-Hour Energy. So
I got one in my bag if you need it.
I have never taken it, but just the thought of like drinking some syrupy thing kind of grosses me out. And I think people, I want people to drink water. They need to be hydrated. People always have a bottle of water around. So putting a little stick in it, the sticks can be carried in your gym bag or in your purse.
What flavor is this?
We have 2 flavors. We have orange creamsicle, which will seriously taste like a creamsicle.
Okay.
And this is berry. So, and I'm telling you, in 3 or 4 minutes, you're going to feel amazing. It works very fast. Oh, he's guzzling it. So this is good. He's going to be.
I'm thirsty, but it is good.
Isn't it good?
Very good? Yeah.
Yeah. It's not vitamin tasting.
No.
So anyway, we're going to optimize his B levels. This supplement's coming out Black Friday.
Really?
And we have a very, 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 very popular professional athlete that's going to be promoting it on
Kim Kardashian?
No, professional athlete. I don't think she's a professional athlete.
She's a professional something. I don't know why.
Okay, so I can't say who it is, but
you'll
figure it out on Black Friday.
Okay.
Or sometime around that time.
Right.
Anyway, so that's that. And we're also going to optimize his cortisol level so that he can have good energy during the day and focus and stamina. And then we're going to give him another supplement night that turns his brain off so he can get to sleep and stay asleep. Because a lot of people, Rusty, say, I can sleep fine. Mm-hmm. But they're really not sleeping deep, like stage 4 sleep, where they get restorative sleep and their body can make all the hormones and recover even in the gut while they're sleeping. So those 2 supplements we're going to add to your regime. And then we're also going to give you another supplement called DIM, D-I-M. It's almost like eating a bunch of broccoli, because what that does is it helps when your testosterone levels go up. This is a very simplistic version of it. When your testosterone levels go up, we want more of it to travel down the pathway of testosterone for you, being a man, rather than converting to estrogen. So that supplement helps that conversion. It's actually good for men and women. It's very good for breast cancer protection. But we use it in men that are using testosterone because it keeps their testosterone on the testosterone path. So those are the supplements. And then the diet. We had to kind of revamp Rusty's diet.
So it's going to be all pizza?
Because his blood sugar, so fasting blood sugar should be ideally around 85, 90, maybe at the most fasting. His blood sugar was 320. So I'm really glad.
That's the worst I've ever had.
I'm really glad he came up to see me, because we're literally changing your life. We're changing the path that you're on.
Where is it really bad? I mean, 300 is pretty bad, but when do you
Well, we start getting concerned at about 130, 140. So you're way past that. Yeah. You're not lost. You're not a lost cause. We are going to fix you. But he's kind of down the road with the blood sugar. So here's the deal this is why stressed out people get fat and get diabetes, just to put it bluntly. When you eat foods that are high carb, especially bad carbs, You can eat high carb if you eat high vegetables, because vegetables are carbohydrates. So that would be good because they're high fiber. That's okay. But I'm talking about like starchy carbohydrates like bread, pasta, potatoes, crackers, chips, cereals, or energy drinks that have sugar in them, even artificial sugar, and also just sugar. And so people have become kind of sugaraholics and starchaholics. And when you eat those foods, which people do, Rusty, when they're stressed out, right? You want to eat comfort foods. The problem is that when you eat those foods, let's say you're stressed. So now your cortisol level is going wonky. It's either too high or it's too low or it's completely imbalanced. When your cortisol level, your stress hormones are off, it triggers the release of insulin, and it plays havoc with glucose and insulin, which means it puts you into more of a fat storage zone. So when you have high stress, and you don't even have to be eating bad, just high stress alone causes high insulin, which causes more fat storage around the middle part of your body, which is the type of fat that puts you most at risk for heart disease, dementia, high blood pressure, diabetes. So we want to get you off that path and stop eating foods that turn into sugar immediately upon entering your mouth. So that would be just sugary foods, foods that have sugar in them. And limiting the fruit. I'd prefer you not have hardly any dairy at all. Some cheeses, minimal cheeses, more like a treat rather than like a daily staple. I'd rather you not drink milk at all. Because as you get older, it becomes more difficult for you to digest dairy. And a lot of food allergies come from dairy. But anyway, I won't go off on that right now. But we mostly want you to eat about 50% of your diet being vegetables. And that sounds like a lot, but you can have vegetables really at every meal. And then eating a protein at each meal, lean protein, and then good fats, nuts, seeds, avocados, good oils. If you could fill yourself up with those foods and you only use sugar and starches as a treat, like once or twice a week, have a treat. That is the way I want you to eat. And then the second part of the diet that I think is becoming more and more popular, and certainly it works great for me personally and all of my patients that go on it, is to try to get you to do the intermittent fasting, which we've talked about before. Like stop eating earlier in the evening, maybe cut your food off at around 7 o'clock or 7:30, and then don't eat again for 14 to 16 hours. 17 hours if you could, which means that you wouldn't eat again until about 10 or 11 in the morning. So I try to do that every day because I realize the research around this topic, just the intermittent fasting alone, is phenomenal. It improves your immune system. It heals your gut. It allows you to burn the fat on your body while you're fasting rather than trying to just burn all the food that you keep eating. So you eat late at night because everyone snacks till they go to bed. And then they get up in the morning. It's like, oh, I can't get low blood sugar. So I've got to eat something right away.
Right.
And they're putting food in their mouth. They're kind of like just unconsciously grazing all day. The problem is if you do that, you're training your body to always use its food for fuel rather than your body fat. And we want our body fat to go away, right? We want to be more lean because being lean is healthier. So, and you have more energy when you have less fat. So that's the other part of the diet that I want you to do is maybe stop eating a little bit earlier and start eating the next day a little bit later. So you're increasing the time, the hours of recovery.
Okay. Now, I have just started something that I think is pretty cool, and I think you're going to like it. Yeah. It's a food delivery service that you order, but what's cool about it, I've had those before, and they're always awful because you put them in the microwave, and they're awful.
Yes, I agree.
This new one I found, it's called Tovala, and I will put a link in the notes because it's so cool. Not only do you get to pick these chef-prepared meals, but you scan the meal into you buy an oven with them, and the oven's like $150 maybe, but with a 100-day free trial. So if you don't like it, you can send it back.
Of course.
No, that's good. It's good because this oven is like the size of a toaster oven, right. But it bakes, broils, steams. It does all like you can put it in there and have it do hard-boiled eggs.
What?
Yeah.
So the food goes with the oven. They kind of are connected.
Yes, they're kind of connected. However, they're also connected with Trader Joe's, and you can get stuff from Trader Joe's and scan it. And they're getting more and more stuff that you can just scan. It's really cool, and the food is pretty good, and I think it's healthier, and I think you would approve of more of the meals there than what I'm doing.
Good start, because you can choose your meals to have less carbohydrate and less starch, and more of the lean proteins in the vegetables.
Yeah, they do a lot of chicken breasts, a lot of pork chop kind of things, and seafood, but I can't eat that. So.
All right. Well.
So that one sounds okay.
That sounds awesome.
All right.
I've never heard of that.
It's really cool, and like I said, I'll put a link so you can check it out on the show notes here.
That's great.
Anything else here?
So physical activity. So that's going to be kind of important. I really would like you to do something every day that gets your heart rate up and makes you sweat. I don't care what it is. Dancing, bicycling.
I'll start dancing.
Getting in the pool in Arizona. Do you have a pool?
No.
Okay, you need to go out for a walk. Being outside is so important for
I do walking. I can do walking. And you do
brisk walking. Like, get your arms moving, get your heart rate up. I'd like you to sweat.
How much? So I've got my Apple Watch.
Yeah.
How many miles are you a 5 mile kind of gal?
Well, I would like you to get in 30 minutes of aggressive walking. But what would be even better is if every 2 minutes, or you could do 2 minutes on, 30 minutes rest, where you walk as fast as you can walk for 2 minutes, and then you kind of take it easy for 30 seconds. And then you start doing that,
then I'm going to have shin splints.
Okay, well, you can ease your way into it.
Is there a way to not get shin splints?
Maybe try 30 seconds of walking fast.
Okay, all right.
And make sure that you do the full roll with your feet when you're walking. You're not walking on your tiptoes, which will give you shin splints.
Okay.
All right, whatever. And wear good shoes. Wear good shoes.
I have good shoes. I do need to get new shoes.
With inserts, too. Okay, so you should be replacing your shoes every 3 months. So
I'm almost not a year at this one. I've been letting these babies hang in there.
Okay, well, at least get some inserts in those shoes.
I have expensive inserts. I do.
I'm going to talk about injuries on the next show, because I've had a terrible one recently, and I want to talk about...
Are you any better?
I'm slowly getting better, but it's going to be a long road. And there's a lot of things you can do to still take care of yourself, even when you're injured and you're not able to do what you normally would do.
Okay.
But it's a process.
Well, we've been kind of joking around here about at my expense, which is fine, but she really does an amazing job. And if you or somebody that you love needs to get better and get balanced, I really suggest that you reach out to One Peak Medical and find out what Nisha and her team can do for you. This is not a commercial in any way. This is just me speaking from the heart. Just like I've told you about Tovala. I'm not getting anything from Tovala. She's just awesome, and I want people to get better. So the best way to get a hold of you or your team is to do what?
Yes, you can go to nishajackson.com. That's my website. I do hormone consults for people all over the world. And I can just assess your levels and tell you what you need. And then you can go to a local medical provider. Sometimes that helps to kind of get the ball rolling, because sometimes it's difficult to find medical providers that really understand what to test, how to interpret it, and then what you should be treated with. And those three things are critical to have somebody who's very experienced in this field. But there's excellent hormone specialists all over the world, really. And most likely you can either find somebody in your area, or I can get you started and then turn you over to somebody close to you. But nevertheless, don't live with symptoms that are causing you not to feel well. And really think about how you're feeling. Like, what is your lifestyle like? What is your mood like? How is your sleep? What is your energy like? How often are you getting sick? And what is your sex drive? What are the things that are really important to you as you age? Because if you're saying you have problems in even a few of those areas, and you're 40 or 50, it's only going to get worse. So aging is optional, and you can change the course of your aging and how many age-related illnesses you get if you just change the path now, like we did with you today, Rusty. And you really will add many, many years to your life, especially with what we started with today.
So I should really start those in 3 days.
Well, 72 hours, within 72 hours, your testosterone levels will be up. But we're fixing your thyroid, we're fixing your testosterone, we're fixing your nutrient levels, we're optimizing your stress glands, we're changing your diet, we're changing your physical activity. It's a lot. Mm-hmm. But it's the whole picture, because you can't just give somebody some testosterone shots and say, I'll see you in 6 months. It's not enough.
Okay.
You really need to treat the whole person.
Well, I have had testosterone shots from a doctor that's all they did. And it didn't really seem to make much of a difference.
Yeah, it's the whole picture. And controlling how the hormones are being metabolized. That's why we're focusing on optimizing your liver function test too.
All right. Well, thank you. I really appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
I really do.
I'm glad you said yes.
Of course, anything for you. So you should say yes too, and that is contact Nisha Jackson, nishajackson.com or onepeakmedical.com and find out more. And we really appreciate you watching. The ratings of this is going up. People are downloading and watching the show. And if you would do us a favor, and that is subscribe, whether you're there on YouTube or on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, share this with your friends if you're listening on a radio station too.
Yes.
So please let people know about the Nisha Jackson Show, and tell someone that you love how to help them get even better. Until next time, we'll catch you next time. I'm Rusty Humphrey. She's Nisha Jackson, and this is the Nisha Jackson Show.